Hello, guys. It's your girl Onana, and this is Onana Nation. So, if you're new on this channel, a very special welcome to you. Please go ahead and subscribe, honey, because you would definitely love it here. And shout out to all amazing subscribers. You guys are the ish. I appreciate you guys so much for all the love and support. So, my people, Wahala, no, they finish. You know this trending case we spoke about last week, the lady Essou Marinette, who went through a lot by the her boyfriend's baby mama, who organized a little ambush. The lady walked into the ambush and they caught her and did whatever they did. So the case is still ongoing, and Marinette today granted an interview for Prime TV, My Media Prime TV. So during this interview, she was recounting the incidents that happened to her and my people. Hearing these words coming out from her mouth again really just broke my heart. It's really unfortunate that a young lady like this had to go through all the things she had gone through. I'm going to stop talking so you guys can listen to her interview. And what is remarkable about this interview is the fact that they still asking her, Marina, do you love this guy? Say a baby girl still dey in love. No, she's telling everybody, I still love him. Like, she really still loves the guy Dieudonne, and she feels like if Dieudonne asks her to marry him now, she's gonna say yes, despite everything that she's going through because of him. I mean, magenda this way when learn. You see all the red flags. Then say the guy na fair liar. He get girlfriend. Can lie for you say no get girlfriend. He has a whole baby, a whole child with a lady, the baby mama, and he'll come and downplay the situation to you to make you think he's available for a relationship. That's a red flag. The same way he's cheating on her with you is the same way he will cheat on you with somebody else tomorrow. Escape agenda they learn. When they learn, we see all the red flags. They will see Jom enter inside fire. I love him. I love him. Oh shit, love is good though. So as I was hearing everything she was going through, I'm more concerned about her psychological well-being and everything she's going through these last few days. And I hope she really sees like a therapist for some serious counseling sessions, and to make sure that they take away all the incidents that have happened in her mind and heal her deeply, comfort her, and give her everything she needs to heal and move from this incident. So yeah, she's out here today telling us her story, and it's really sad to hear exactly what they did to her and how they did it. But I'm happy the perpetrators have been caught and they're in prison. So they'll have their day in court, and whenever the verdict is out, I'll come and let you guys know. I remain your girl Onana. Welcome on this channel. Like, subscribe, and listen to the interview Marinette granted for My Media Prime. Love you guys. See you next time. Goodbye.
Coming all the way from Boya. Good evening, Marinette.
Good evening, sir.
How are you?
Not feeling too well.
Yes, the audience would want to get the story of what is happening, so you may have to talk a little bit loud. I understand you were discharged from the hospital yesterday? Day before yesterday?
Still in the hospital, sir.
You are still in the hospital?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yes, we are actually very, very sorry for what happened to you. We cannot say we are happy that you're here, but for the sake of clarity on what happened, and also to pass a message to those of you who may have information that maybe your guy or whosoever is going out with one or two persons, you should know where your limits actually are. Marinette, would you tell us what actually happened on that fateful day? That was on the 8th of June.
Yes, sir.
Yes, what happened? Speak a little bit around, please.
I was in Limbe, which I went to do my brother transaction because he's building a house in Limbe.
Your brother?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So he sent me money to go to Limbe to do the transaction, to buy zinc and pay the workers. So that early Wednesday morning, I was in Limbe already around 8 o'clock, which I received a text message from my guy's phone saying he's back from Kumba because he traveled to Kumba. That he's back from Kumba. I should come to the house. It's urgent. I said, no, I'm in Limbe. One important thing, when I'm back, I will come to that. I said, when I'm done, I will come. He said, no, it's something urgent. He wants to show me his house because I never knew his house. Since we started it, I don't know his house. He said I should come. It's urgent that I should come. Their parents in the house, he wants to introduce me to them. I said, okay, just give me like 30 minutes. I will done with what I'm doing here, then I will come up. I left Limbe, coming up to Boya, because through the SMS, which I never knew was the guy, was a lady that was talking, saying I don't know his house, but through the SMS, he directed me to the house. As I reached at Mboya, he directed me to his house that is living at checkpoint. I should come inside.
Okay.
So I went there. I said, okay, I'm in front of the building which you directed me. He said I should come inside the house that is living at the first door. I was standing there like a lady, her junior sister came out of the house and opened the door. I said, where is your elder? Because I was shocked because he told me he's in the house alone and some of his family members, that kind of thing. The junior sisters opened the door. So I entered. I sat on the chair. She went inside and called a lady. I'm sure it's a baby mama or I don't know. The baby mama just came outside with a bottle, break it on the wall, yes, it or point it on my neck, saying, "Oh, so now me be the girl where I follow a massa, or now who saying such a word that I should undress myself." But I was scared of the bottle, so I had to undress my body. I removed my jacket, my t-shirt. He used a scissors, and cut off my bra. And asked the other, because there were 4 of them inside the house. They already locked the door, put on music, so that even I shout or nobody will hear me outside. Asked the other lady to get inside this, and they came outside with a stick, mortar pestle, and a bowl of pepper. The other one came with scissors. The lady started shaving my hair. They were beating me up as they were shaving my hair with a blade and a scissors. Then the other lady was beating me behind, asked me to lie down. They removed my pants. They cut it with the scissors. As they were beating me up, and took the mortar pestle, rub it on the pepper, and insert it on my private. Then the other one asked me to open my phone, asked me to open my mobile money. That if I don't give the password of the phone, they will break the phone. I gave them my password of my mobile money, my iCloud. They opened my phone, withdraw the money that was inside, and transfer it to their phone. I pleaded them that even if the money in my bag, because I did not even pay the workers. The money was still in my bag. I did not even pay. I pleaded that they should even save me, let me go. I was shouting. There's nobody that could even help me outside because of the noise that was inside the house. I even asked them to even take the money and the phone so that they should excuse me, let me go. They said no. They will beat me up, throw me out of the house. Nobody even recognized my body if I don't comply with them. They were beating me up, brought me the pepper on my body. The lady was shaving my hair with the scissors and a blade. I don't know if the blade was used blade or a new blade because you can see from the rashes that is coming out of my body. I don't know if the blade was used or unused. After then, they pushed me out of the house. Which I was still naked. They were still beating me up, going out of the roadside, and others were still videotaping me. The neighbors around, they were still videotaping me. They pushed me out of the house. I even pleaded that I should even give my ID. They went inside my bag, just remove the huge amount of money was inside. They removed half. I didn't even count because there were pepper on my eyes. They gave my ID card on my hand.
Did they put pepper in your eyes?
Yes, sir.
Wow.
So I was not seen. I was not seen. They even turned my ID card. So as I was pleading on my ID card because I cannot go to the roadside without my ID, they went inside my bag, removed was half. I did not count because there was pepper on my eye. Remove it and give my ID on my hand. I just fold it on my hand. I was like struggling to go to the roadside. They were still beating me going to the roadside, saying that they will go and keep me right at checkpoint before they come back. But because of there's one construction building around, one guy just came out and rescued me, took me inside the house, gave the building construction, washed my eyes, washed my body, removed his dress, and gave me so that I should wear them. Went to the police station and called for the police. That's when they came and carried the 4 girls plus me and went to the police station.
This guy, how long have you known the guy?
2 months.
You've known this guy for 2 months.
Yes.
And while you were going out with him for 2 months, did he tell you that he had another girl or he was married or anything of that sort?
No, he never mentioned that it was my. He said he was having a relationship, but which they're having a child, but he has terminated the relationship because of the arrogance and the rudeness of the girl. That the girl can disgrace him any time of the road, any day. So he came to me like, was weird that he wants to get married to me. That I'm the kind that I'm nice, the kind of gentle girl that he wants to get married to me. He never mentioned that he was married or something like that.
Now, when this happened to you, since it happened to you, have you spoken to the guy? What's his name?
Dieudonne Essou.
Dieudonne Essou. Has Dieudonne gotten after you were beaten and tortured? Somebody, a good Samaritan, because that's how I would describe him, met you, gave you cloth, and from there, he reported the incident to the police.
Yes, sir.
And the police picked them up.
Yes, sir.
What happened to you? You went to the hospital or what?
I was in the police with my elder.
Okay, you also went to the police?
Yes, yes. I was there like more than 2 hours, which they were taking down what happened. They listened to our statement. Until my auntie Boya, came that it was crying that they should give the child that because of the beating that he saw on the video. They should give me the, she wanted to take me back to the hospital. She came there with the taxi and carried me with the, she came there with one human rights girl. Yes, they came and carried me to the hospital since then.
When you say beatings that she saw, how can you describe what happened in that house on you? Because you say pepper was inserted into your vagina.
Yes,
you were shaved. Just describe what happened. When you came into the house and you discovered that you were deceived.
Yes, sir.
Because it's not a guy. How did the lady even get in touch with the phone of your guy?
He traveled. He told me that he traveled there. He's going to leave keep his phone in the house. Maybe from there, I don't know.
Well, how do you believe him that he left his phone? Why don't you think that maybe he tricked you?
No, because it cannot be a day without calling. So yes, because he did not call that day, I knew that he has left his phone.
He traveled to where?
To Kumba.
Why would he be traveling to Kumba and then leaving his phone back?
Where they are living is too far that it's risky to carry his phone along.
Why is it risky?
That's what he explained to me.
Is it in an amber infested area?
I have never been in the house. So I don't really.
Okay. Now, he went there and then left his phone in the house. When you got into the house and discovered that you were deceived, is it the baby mama that first pounced on you, or is it the sisters, or what? How can you describe this scene?
I was sitting on the chair, which the baby mama just came out of the room with a bottle and hit it on the wall and like draw me on the dress, saying, so I'm the girl which I'm dating the boyfriend or the husband, that I should remove my dress. After what she would do to me, other people will have lesson outside not to date people and boyfriend, that if I don't compare with them or what she wants to do to me now, she will kill me and throw my body outside and nobody will recognize it. So
what followed?
After then, she asked the boys' sisters, they went inside, bought the stick and the mortar pestle and the bowl of pepper.
So they had prepared everything before your arrival?
Yes.
Yes, just describe the scene, how it went.
They asked me to kneel down to undress my body. So I was putting on a jacket. So I removed the jacket, the t-shirt. Then she used the scissors and cut off my bra. Then asked me to remove my trouser and use the scissors and cut off my pants. Asked me to lie down. They poured the pepper on the floor. Asked me to roll there. And they started whipping me behind. Because if you can remove my back, all the bushes all over my body.
Did you not plead with them?
I plead to them, so that I even asked them to collect the money that was inside my bag, the money, the 580,000, which I was supposed to pay the people, that they should take my phone, that I can go. They refused. They even took my phone with and throw me out of the house. I pleaded only for the ID card because I cannot walk on the road without my ID.
Okay. Now, Barrister
Tabo.
Tabo Evans Tingum is in the house with us. Now, how did you get into this case?
Okay, thanks so much, sir. By nature, these are the type of cases which I take them pro bono. When I got rid of this issue from one of the court registrars there at Boyab called Mr. Akinde, that there is an incident somewhere and he best think that I should be the right person to handle.
Okay.
So I drove immediately to the Moliko police station, and upon arrival I was told that they left to the state council. I called the second deputy state council, Magistrate Kane, to inform him that he should be aware that I've been informed of a certain matter, and in case of anything, he should inform me. So after some time, Magistrate Kane called me that they have extended the time because they came a bit late, and the magistrates at the court of first instance were, some of them left already, that they have sent them back to Moliko police for further detention, and they'll be produced the next day. So the next day I went to court, and that is where I even met her. And watching the video on social media and equally listening to her, I was like, placing myself, not now as a lawyer, but on her show. And since then, he has narrated this story to me over and over. And whenever she narrates the story, it is like piercing me the more. Like what she just said, that is a premeditated something. If you see from the text messages to where the beating took place, it is not something that was not a thought within 2 or 3 hours. It is something that has been premeditated for almost a month or over a month. And I now go now to the crux of the issue.
Yeah.
As of now, because the State Council profiled just a few charges, that is indecent act and assault. But with time, more charges will come up. Because if you see from the look of things, it is an attempted murder.
Okay.
If breaking the bottle. So it is the game. It was really something serious, and the law is very clear. Offenses of such nature can even be punished to life imprisonment. But it is equally the duty of the judge, because justice, as per section 310 of the CPC, it talk of the judge and his conscience. But I think if I'm the judge, what will come into mind is attempted murder. But if the judge reason it otherwise, the sentences should range from 5 to 10 years minimum.
Okay. Yes. Let me get back to Essou Marinette. Essou Marinette, did you know that this guy had a girl? You said he told you that there was a girl.
Yeah, he was having a relationship, but he has terminated the relationship.
He told you that he had terminated the relationship. It means he deceived you?
No, because he told me that he has terminated the relationship because of the arrogance and the disobedience of the girl.
Do you believe him that he terminated the relationship, judging by what happened?
For a few times, for the 2 months that we have been together, I believe him because he was real. He has been helping me 1 or 2 things. Yes.
Do you still love him?
As for now, I don't know, because I don't see anything wrong on his own side.
You don't know?
I'd say as for now, I don't see anything wrong.
You do not see whether you love him or not. You don't know whether you love him or you don't know. Now, the question I want us to get at is that now, since this happened, has he gotten to you?
No, sir.
Why?
I was sick. I'm still in the hospital, and I've not been holding my phone. They took my phone away, so I could maybe regain my sight and all the kind of. So he has not reached up to me.
He has not reached out to you. Has he gotten to at least your family relations? Did they tell you that he came around? He did not. Why would he not come when you believe that he's real?
Maybe he's scared of my family. Maybe when you come, they will like harm him because of what he has. Because of him, their daughter is in their position.
Mm-hmm. So you still love him and you think that he still loves you?
For me, I think he still loves me.
Okay. Very difficult one year. And he still loves you. That's what you think, and you are still in love. When he comes today and says, "Forgive me, baby," I don't know what came over this lady. Are you still going to pull on with him?
I said for now,
You're confused.
I don't see anything wrong with him.
Okay. You don't see anything wrong with him?
If you reason with her, and because at times I used to put myself in her shoe. She's a young girl with a brighter future. You see a gentleman honest to you to say that the other girl is arrogant, and based on what the ladies did on her, I think this young lady or the guy was right to say that the lady was arrogant. If you have that mind to do to your fellow woman, it means that that particular man is like an ant to you. You can eliminate him at any time. That is my own way of reasoning. At times we reason. I'm from Munya. We have before the law we have our laws.
Yes.
Yes, and I think perpetuating such an act on a woman, it means if that lady want to take the man's life, it's a matter of seconds.
Okay.
So I think the lady is right to, as of now, to be in a state of limbo, in a confused state, whether she should end the relationship or the relationship continue. But with time, I think the lady will understand.
Good evening, Mr. Liu, Kum Liu. Coincidentally, I made a complete legal approach about the Boya case. Please ask the lawyer if there can be a charge of torture, section 277 /3.
Yes, torture. Yeah, of course. That is why I started by saying that as of now, the State Council, the court, the preliminary magistrate was seized but with two charges: an indecent act and an assault. So we still have many other charges that will come up, and those charges will only be based upon the evidence adduced before the examining magistrate. So we still have many charges. They are even we may even borrow from international law, because international law duly ratified in Cameroon are applicable by virtue of section 45 of our constitution. So we can borrow from them, like spreading someone's image on social media without his consent is a serious crime. But our penal code is still dangling on that, so we can still bring foreign law.
Now, many persons, I told you that you are going to be talking to the world. So whatever you are saying, people are judging you. And many persons are asking whether you still love the guy. They don't know whether you love the guy or not. Do you still love, you say his name is?
Dieudonne.
Do you still love Dieudonne?
Yes, sir.
Huh?
Yes, sir.
You are talking to the world. You say you still love Dieudonne.
Yes, sir.
Why? Even after what the sisters did to you?
Even though I've never known their sisters or any family member, because it was just a new relationship. Yes, but from his own impact and the way he has been with me, the way he has been doing things, I think I love him, and yeah, I think it was for real. Yes, it was for real.
Is your family aware of him? Do they know him? Your sisters, your brothers, do they know him? Do they know Dieudonne?
Only some my sister that I'm living in Boya. Yes.
Okay. You said that this, when you were texted, you were in Limbe, but you live in Boya.
Yes, I school in Boya.
And when was he planning to come see your parents or your family? Since you say his objective was marriage and you believe him.
So he said after, because I'm graduating this December, he said after my graduation, everything will be done.
Okay. Why do you really believe this guy? Some of us are sweet talkers, eh? We can talk you to believe that we love you and then cook up what happened to you. But from every indication, you believe that Dieudonne is real. Why do you believe him?
I believe him because it was a short period of time. He has been taking care of me more than, let me say, people will be in a relationship for more than 1 year. And they will still do nothing with the girl. But for the short 2 months we have been together, he has done more than, so I believe him on that.
Now, what has the family done so far? Did the family reach out to you? Because I read on social media that the family or the girl in question was pleading for her release, and others were saying that they were going to be released or that they have been released.
So on that, I heard on social media because I was not with my phone. Yes, I've heard about him saying the guy wants to release the case, wants to give me some money and send me out of board. But he has not mentioned that to me, and I have not heard that from any of the family members. But I've heard it on social media.
Okay, you've heard it on social media. You are the counsel for this lady. Has the family reached out to you for any understanding or negotiations or anything like that?
As of now, sir, no. No, but equally I've been reading terrible messages on social media concerning her issue. What I read is that the guy is proposing to her to withdraw the case and send her to Dubai. And I just want to tell the public that as of now, this girl has right only on the civil aspect of the matter that is before the court of first instance. The court was seized by the legal department, that is the state of Cameroon, and only the state of Cameroon that has competence to withdraw a matter at the level of the court. This girl, at a certain stage, she has to claim for damages, and if she thinks otherwise, then she can withdraw her claim. But for the criminal aspect can only be withdrawn by the state of Cameroon. And I think it can even be a difficult one, even for the state of Cameroon, to withdraw this matter, because this matter touches equally on the territorial integrity of the country, because the world is presently watching to really see the outcome of what really happened, to see whether the laws in Cameroon, the juicy law, whether they are applicable or they are mere paperwork. So as of now, sir, withdrawal is an impossibility. As of now, that is what the law.
Withdrawal is an impossibility. We are Africans, eh? I'm sure Barrister Lutamu,
yes, sir. We are
Evans Atingum, we are Africans. And yes, but my problem is, I want us to, the essence why I wanted this program was to clarify issues.
Yes, sir.
You say, because the social media actually says that the guy wants to take you out of the country and that you should withdraw the case because the family is involved. And you are saying that it is a no, it's a lie, because nobody has approached you. And you are also saying so. Now, but what if the family thinks that this thing should be settled out of court? What would you say first, Barrister, before I come to you? Can this thing be settled out of court, or you want these persons to be punished?
I did not get your question again.
I'm asking that, what if these ladies kneel down in front of you, the guy also kneels down in front of you to pardon the sisters? Would you do that?
Like
to forgive them?
To forgive them and withdraw the case? Or
Yes, yes.
Me, I will forgive them, but to withdraw the case, I will not, because now, as for hand, the case is not at my level, at the law court. So I cannot withdraw the case.
Yeah, but do you still love Dieudonne, right?
Yes, sir.
How, if Dieudonne says, I want to marry you in December, what would you say?
Yes.
You say yes.
Yes.
But Dieudonne will tell you that I want my sisters to be present on the day of our wedding. What would you, and the sisters are behind bars? Difficult one for you. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yes, counsel, how do we solve this? Let me say the family of Dieudonne comes to you because you are the one now in charge, that we want this thing settled out of court.
Yes. I'll tell them that Marinette was not the one that seizes the court.
Okay.
It is the legal department that seizes the court. So the only competent authority to withdraw the matter in court is the legal department. Marinette is just an attach to the complaint before the court. Because many people fail to know, we are talking about a criminal trial and not a civil trial. Marinette, before the court, is attached to the civil aspect, but to assist the state to buttress his case. So as of now, Marinette cannot withdraw the case. But she can withdraw the civil aspect of that case. Even now, when Marinette abandoned, because Marinette, as of now, she can even abandon the case there in court and go to wherever she wants to go. But the evidence or the testimony, oral, written, and everything at the level of police that were brought in court, they can still be tendered, and then the case file continue. The matter continue. So it is not an issue of how withdrawing the case. No, Marinette does not have that power to withdraw the criminal aspect, but she can withdraw just the civil aspect, except the state took upon himself to withdraw the criminal aspect. If not, nothing can be done.
How many persons are behind bars as you speak?
As of now, there are 4. But we intend to bring many more people. Why am I saying so? This issue, there's an aspect in law that is failure to assist.
Okay.
If you watch that video, you'll see more than 10 people videotaping. Those 10 people could join or could even intervene
To stop the
act. But they were there, instead of them to go and assist, they were videotaping. So at that particular aspect, if we can spot them out, then they can act as an accomplices, because they abetted the act. An abetter must not be someone that acted directly. You can abet just by failing to assist. So many people can still come in. And then one of, or the youngest lady among the group even stated before even giving her statement that she was an exterior photographer.
Okay.
It means inside the house there was another photographer. But as of now, we need to know who the 3 girls hired to act as the internal photographer, the external photographer, and where are their phones. Because from what my client told me, it's like they use by their own phone to videotape. After that, they transfer the images in her phone, forwarded all the images now on her own social media page. Then now,
people had to download that.
People have to download. They seize her phone for the time being, because what I know is that they discovered that if they hand the phone to her immediately, she may delete some of those messages. They have to keep the phone for the time being, so that, because like WhatsApp has a particular time that if that time elapses, you cannot delete something. That is so they really had the intention to tarnish her image. So the criminal parts, it can only be withdrawn by the state.
By the state. Now, what are the charges brought against these ladies?
No, as of now, there is no charge yet, because we are still at the level of preliminary investigation. Preliminary investigation is like a senior, let me put it this way, or a higher stage of what was done at the level of the police. So this is another form of conducting investigation. So, but you must seize the court through something. To seize the court, the legal department profiled by just 2 charges. That is assault and indecent act. So those are the 2 charges that seizes the court. But with time now, as the investigation is going on, they may now come up now with new charges. But if at the level of the preliminary investigation, the judge sees that there is no thing against the defendant, automatically the defendant can be discharged at the level of the preliminary magistrate. But if not, more charges can come out. And it is from those charges now they'll cease the open court now. And at the level, because now we are at the level of the president or the examining magistrate at the level of the court of first instance. If the magistrate, after conducting the preliminary investigation, sees that the charges are in a felonious in nature, then they'll send the matter to High Court. Then now it will be something
as we speak, where are these ladies?
They are the Boya Central Prison, awaiting trial. Because that is a language we just use here in Cameroon, awaiting trial. Out of the country, awaiting trial and convict, they are par. But in Cameroon, whether you are a convict or you are awaiting trial, you people sleep on the same bed.
You sleep.
So they are presently at the Boya Central Prison.
Central Prison. Have you been contacted? You say you have not been contacted by the family?
Yes, and the law does not permit me to visit the lady. It's like you are blowing hot air and cold air. This is my client. I'll focus on her. The ladies, they equally have their own lawyer. So the lawyer now will be the one to go to prison and not...
The lawyer has not contacted you?
No. As of now, since we are still at the preliminary stage, we have to first all run down the PI. That is, we have to finish with the before. We have to finish with the preliminary magistrate. Then from there now, we look for a way forward. But contacting me is only for the civil part and not the criminal part. Contacting me is only for the civil part and not the criminal part.
Now, the essence of this program actually is to let those who attack persons who are following, who are going out with either boyfriends that are not married. Let us take a typical example of this situation. Have you made investigations to be sure that this guy was not legally married to the baby mama?
Yes, sir. You know, before... when you appear before a judge, the first thing is that the judge has to ask you certain questions. And these questions were being put to the baby mama. You know, issue like this, we have learned a lot. Baby mama, main chick, and my client was being termed the side chick. So we have the main chick and the side chick. The baby mama set it in court that even the traditional aspect of marriage was not done. But the guy just came for knock door. And I want to tell the public something. Knock door or traditional marriage is only recognized by tradition and not our law somehow recognizes traditional marriages, because when following custom, where you get married to somebody traditionally and then the marriage ended and you intend to get married to another person, you have to first of all go back and refund all what this family A gave you before you be liberated. But this issue of knock door is not, in fact, the law does not even know anything about knock door. And we men, I used to say it, when a man comes for knock door, don't think that that man at times is real. Like now in Africa, where you get married, where you give birth to somebody, when you give birth to a child, automatically, that is it's a very coded word, but it's language. That's an illegitimate child. I'm using it's coded in the sense that if I think the international community should really abolish that word, because a child is a child. There's nothing like an illegitimate child. When you give birth to a child out of wedlock, the law states that that child automatically is the child of the mother, of the father of that girl. That is how the law look at it. That is why if you go now to the High Court of FACO, you seek for declaratory judgment, and on your form you feed in the name of the father and all whatnot. The first thing they'll ask you is that you should tender the marriage certificate. If the marriage certificate is not tender, then the president of the High Court will not sign the declaratory judgment. On grounds that there's another aspect of the law. Illegitimate children need to be recognized, and recognizing a child follows almost the same procedure for adoption. So the president wants to encourage that side of the law. So like the state of my client, that girl was not married, so they were mere dating. So it should instead run on social media that two dating girls fought. Rather than saying that the girl is married, they were not married.
Now, another question I want to ask you, counsel, is that now many women are married to their husbands, and their husbands are going out with 1 or 2, 3 girls. Do they, even if this girl was married to this man officially, was it proper for a married lady to have treated another lady the way that this lady did in Boya?
It's still wrong, sir.
Okay.
It's still wrong. We have to know that Cameroon is a state of law, and the laws or the judiciary or authorities are closer to all of us Cameroonians. What you do is that when you see your husband, because the penal code talks about adultery, even though in a very funny way, because it favors the men. Why? Because this presumption, whether we like it or not, somehow a man by nature is polygamous. That is how the penal code try to twist it. Because what does the law say? The law says that if a married man is caught, I'm just paraphrasing, just get a sense. If a married man is caught with another woman, or how do they even lies? If a married man is caught with another woman on many occasions on the same place, not like that is if I'm married, you meet me at St. Clair Hotel in Boya. Tomorrow you meet me at Eta Palace, and then the next day you meet me at let me say Njefobi Hotel with different girls, or the same girls. That is not adultery as per the law. It means it should be habitual on the same place. That means you have to meet me at St. Clair, meet me again at St. Clair, meet me again at St. Clair before the law consider it adultery. But with a woman, they say if you catch a married woman somewhere with another man, it's adultery. I think the law somehow is treated there. Treated because the law favors the man when it comes to adultery, because by nature we are cheaters. Take me the way you are, the way you think, but that is how I think. So a woman, what the public should know is that the power of every woman lies on a particular man. You can be 100% faithful, but you are faithful because you have not yet met the right person to convince you. And at times, we the married men, when we want to go out, I'm married, if you see, but this thing, it can still be something from my traditional doctor. I can remove this thing, pocket it, deceive a girl that I'm not married. At the tail end, my wife, when my wife meets you, my wife should instead attack but me. Because probability, high probability state that women don't look for men. Men look for women. So why should you allow your husband, instead for you to straighten your husband, you instead went behind and attack another girl? And if I was in this girl's show, you used good techniques to convince this girl from Limbe to come to your place. Sit her down. Explain to her that, Mama, this guy is my guy. We have a child. Look at the child. The child is 2 months old. Put yourself into my shoe. Tomorrow you'll be another person's wife. How will you feel when things like this happen? I think that one will serve this lady a very bitter lesson. And from there, if it's a reasonable lady, the lady will now think that that guy deceived him. But if you instead go now and attack this lady, you perpetuate whatever act that you people did, any reasonable man cannot come back to you. And whatever lies that the man was like feeding this girl to get this girl, the girl automatically will believe that what that guy said was true. And I think that is why this girl, as of now, is in a state of limbo to really know whether the guy was for real or not.
Yes, I will go back to you, Marinette. This happened to you. You were attacked on the 8th of June. When this attack happened, you were taken to the hospital, and you say, no, to the police, right?
Yes, sir.
From the police, and it was established that you were not well. You were taken to the hospital?
Yes, I was taken to the hospital.
Can you speak a little bit aloud?
Yes, I was from the police. I was taken to the hospital
By who?
by my auntie, which live in Moliko, and one human rights. Yes, the four of us went to the hospital.
And you have been there since then? And
Since then, since the 8th, which was Wednesday to today. Yes. I just came out because
you had to
yes.
clarify the air because so many things were being said out there which are false.
Yes, sir.
That's why you accepted to be here today. You were taken to the hospital. What did the hospital say you suffer from? I see a plaster on your. Were you also attacked?
There is a bottle that wanted to. She wanted to chew me, so I tried to defend her.
Who had the bottle?
The baby mama. Yes. That was holding the bottle.
She wanted to pierce you with a bottle.
Yes, that I defended my hand. That's why I'm having injury.
The wound.
Yes, sir.
You were also wounded behind and.
Yeah, behind all of my hand, you can see the stick that they use on me. Yes, that gave me.
They had to. They used stick on you.
They were whipping my back, all of my body. Then they use the stick now, rub it on the paper and put it on my private.
Now, what was the message they were giving you?
Message as in, I should stay away from the guy. Yes, that I should stay away from the guy. After doing this, I will learn a big lesson not to date another person, guy or husband.
You really believe this guy loves you and since then has not come for you?
Like I said, I was not connected since then. Yes, I was not having. I was being in the hospital since from that Wednesday to now. No connected, no phone, nothing.
You have been in hospital where? In Boya?
Yes, sir. The military hospital.
And the guy lives where? He lives in Boya?
Yes, the house that I went to, at checkpoint.
Now, you have been living with this guy for two months together, and he had never taken you to his house.
No.
Were you not asking him to take you to his house?
I've been asking. He said when the time comes, he will take me to his house. That's why he went to Kumba.
To see the parents?
Yes, coming back, he said he's with their family members in the house. I should come urgent. That's why I left him there, come to the house.
Okay. Barrister, this is confusing. It's confusing. Many girls are out there who would attack other girls and maybe molest and do what was done to her and go away with it. Why are they not taken in? Is it the fact that the communities are tolerant to what is happening or they are just ignorant?
No, I think the authorities are not aware.
Okay.
And for example, imagine that what happened to her ended at the level of the room. It would have ended like that. But it got aggravated because they themselves shot their own legs by forwarding the images on social media. And imagine that a thing, even like you send the messages to her and it ended like that. The thing too would have ended because no reasonable person could use his or her own hand to forward such messages on social media. So what we need to do is that such circumstances we need to report to the authorities. Just run to the nearby police station and report yourself.
Which means the lady has been monitoring what is happening.
Maybe.
And
Yes.
has been jealous of you taking this. But have you learned any lesson from what just happened to you, Marinette?
Yes, sir.
What is that lesson and that you would want to share with other young girls?
The lesson that I've learned is like when you are dating or any guy that approach you before dating that guy into like getting into that serious relationship, like know him well, know his whereabouts, where he lives, his family members. Because if I could have known that he's having a child and a baby mama that are living together, I could not have accepted the relationship.
So you mean to say that if a man is married and is living with a lady, don't go near them. That's what you say.
If the man is married, and that is, for me, I will not go to. For me, I will not go to the relationship because I'll be when I'll marry my own, and another person will like want to come in, which I'll be like something jealous or I will not like about it.
So you were very convinced that this guy was single and had nothing to do with any other person.
Yes, sir.
Okay. We have come to the end of the first part of this program. We are going to be receiving the guys of Darikon Credit Union. Hence, forward in the course of today's edition of the program, certainly you have one last word for the audience, especially those girls who have the tendency of attacking others for going out with their guys.
Yes, sir. I want to tell the public, not only girls, that there has never been any fruitful result from anger. Manage your anger. A positive thinker is somebody that even when pushed to the wall, reason, blame the outcome of your reason before reacting, and take it today that torturing someone is a serious crime in Cameroon, and we should be very, very cautious. Even your wife, you don't have the right to even beat up your wife. A woman is not a property as we knew before. A woman is not a property. A human being, that is why the law talk of a human being. A human being is either a man or a woman. So we should refrain ourselves from this issue of this aggressive nature, which is really entering into our head. We take the laws into our hands. At least from the four others and others that may still come, our society would learn a very bitter lesson. Thanks so much.
Marinette, you were beaten. Yes. You were tortured. Yes. You were humiliated along the streets of Moliko. Pepe was inserted into by fellow woman. What is the lesson? What is the message you have for other women out there? Young girls and those who are married.
All I can say is, if I don't know if what got into that lady, because I don't know if a fellow woman will do this kind of act to me, because I'm a lady like her. I don't know what gets into her that day, because nowadays they will say no, they were thinking that it was a man that did that to me, but realizing that it was a lady did that to another lady because of a guy which they are not even married. Means when they will get married, the girl can even kill somebody else.
She'll be moving with a gun.
So I pray she learn her lesson, and next time she will not do that again.